What's going on YouTube? Today I'm going to basically be really honest with you guys. I do about $100 in sales. That's my goal every day on eBay, and I sell complete garbage. Just a lot of it's just junk. So this will help you newer resellers. Like even if you don't have outstanding inventory or anything fantastic, you too can do $100 in sales. Now, do I list at least 10 items a day? Uh, I've been really working hard on that. Today I listed 25 items. So without further ado, let's take a look at my store. I can put the proof in the numbers, right? So let's take a peek here, see where we're at. So this is my actual eBay store. So when you have a seller's account, you go to overview, and we're going to see I've got 1,957 active listings. I have sold in the last 90 days. This is the eBay algorithm thing, but I sold 480 items. So my sell-through is not bad. I mean, it's always hovered around 20. In this case, we're close to 26%. These are my sales in the last couple of days or the last week. There's days too, man, I don't sell anything. Those are kind of scary. And then there's days where, yeah, $286. Before that, $291. That's great. Today we sold $130. So in the last 31 days, it's down 28%. But dude, that's normal. That's most people's stores because this is like, you know, that tax time period. People aren't spending as much, and so on and so forth. So it's okay that we're down 28% in the last 31 days. But that $12,000 number over the last 90 days is not bad. I mean, it's about $4,000 a month in sales. But I'm starting to run out of stuff. So I live in the Cook County suburbs of Illinois, right outside of about 15 minutes from O'Hare. And let's get into our listing. So here's what my store looks like. Now my feedback's great. Really good feedback. I ship items out right away. I package them correctly. I guess this is what my store looks like. So I created the store. You know, you got some nice photos of actual items that I've listed for sale. So I sell coins. I sell, you know, recently I picked up some watches in the last 4 or 5 months. Not the crazy kind, just the kind you put a battery in, clean them up, sell them. I've sold vintage lighters. I really love selling Morgan silver dollars. I like selling coins that have sports figures on it. Bo Jackson, obviously super popular. 48 years old, so obviously that hits home. I've been selling some jewelry, been grabbing some jewelry. I do sell toys. So I got 3 daughters. They're all adults now. So start digging into those boxes, listing some of those toys, electronics, copper coins with cool little animal, you know, these two are really popular. Sell those every week. So on and so forth. Albums for coins, jewelry, microphones. A lot of it's junk though, guys. It's really just absolute junk. I don't even know how I get sales, but Yu-Gi-Oh! I got into some Pokemon stuff. My brother's 10 years younger. I made a huge mistake, sold all his collection, helped him buy a car like 15 years ago. And yeah, we probably sold 4 of those Charizards that, you know, if they're graded perfect, thare worth, you know, $500,000-$600,000. That's nice. It's kind of sad, but whatever. So let me show you what we've got for a recent. Well, if you hit someone's store and then it's an actual store and you actually want to see like the actual items they sell. So we're gonna go to. Come on, let's go to newly listed. So what do I got newly listed? Well, we listed a toilet, not a real one, but a Fisher Price toilet. Some My Little Ponies, vintage. Dudes, like when you're getting older, man, like this stuff just lies around the house. So this is a huge bin. I bought my daughters really cool Fisher Price Loving Family dollhouse. I remember I was at Toys R Us. My daughters were really little. That dollhouse was a really cool display. It was talking and stuff. And decided to sell the remaining parts that we've had. Look at these little evil twins, man. They're valuable. $25. Laundry, things like that. So if you guys run across like an estate sales or garage sales and you run across like this Fisher Price stuff actually does last. It's not like the garbage they make today. especially like the stuff here, like this actually talks. This has sound as well. The stove makes noise when you open it. It's very cool. It's very cool stuff. That's why these are a little pricier. I found this old Star Trek poster advertisement. I think it came with the Star Trek album. So I listed that for $5. Here's a ring I got today. I paid almost $11 for this ring. It's a real sterling silver with a real emeralds from a 2013 collection. Some old sound boards here, sound bars that you put a 55-inch TV on. So maybe someone that plays video games, or some kid can use this in their room, or parents can use it in their bedroom. My grandma's old vintage Anchor Hockey and orange juice pitcher. I really hate shipping glass. It's like a total gamble, but I do double box. It is a bigger pain. I've put vintage glass out at garage sales, and I think I sold like 2 coffee mugs. So glass is dead, guys, unless it's like something super rare, like Murano glass, or something that's smaller and cool or glows. That industry is completely dead. And the sad thing is, most of the collectors that collect that stuff, they're dying off. So plush Dakin, this is like from 1977, from when I was a kid. I did sell some baby dolls here. I listed these two. These are like presents my mom would have bought for our daughters. They never got to play with them. A vintage Cinderella umbrella, Baybar, little outfits that are vintage, still sealed. Fisher Price, Furskins, that was part of the Cabbage Patch stuff. A coin, a cave woman outfit. Check that out. That more of like a Raquel Welch type thing. So these are the things I've listed, right? And I've listed a lot of stuff. If you notice, this is March 2nd. Today's March 4th. So you could see like all the stuff that I've popped up. But it's not like easy, right? It's like everything's different. So, but look at that gap, right? So from February 26th to March 2nd. So 2-3 days I didn't list. And the main reason is I have a basic store subscription. So it starts dinging me 25 cents per listing. So I'll typically chill out on listing stuff towards the end of the month, and I'll just go heavy in the beginning of the month. But yeah, old Verona, old jeans for baby boy. That's for my grandson. So this is all the stuff I've gotten up listed. Video game parts, those sell. Sign stuff. But like this Chicago Sting hat when I was a kid. So you can tell I've been digging deep, right? Digging real deep. And then some additional CDs that I found. And then this is the jewelry. So I've kind of like done my best listing stuff consistently as much as possible. So when I get items, or I purchase items to resell, I get them listed like right away. But basically, this is like the past 30 days. So watch parts, got those super cheap. And then I don't know why these albums haven't sold, like especially this Franklin one. That's a good price. Usually when I pick up the Dansko albums, they sell right away. This really rare Morgan, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that gets into end of January. All right, so that's the entire month of what I've gotten up listed. And let's look at sold. So sold is really important, right? You don't want to just like list stuff. You actually want to like sell stuff. So out of the 1,864 items, 481 items have actually sold, which is good. So that's 26% sell through. That means even though I think it's junk, someone can use this kind of stuff. So we sold a monster cable. So this is stuff I had from the late 90s, early 2000s when I worked at an electronics store. Still have some of my old cables lying around. I thought I sold all this stuff like 15 years ago, but you can't find these cables anymore because Monster Cable's out of business. And then the cables they do sell at Best Buy and stuff, they're expensive. Like these are probably like still 30, 40, $50. So an old toy part. This was cool. This got 5 watchers on it immediately within 24 hours. I originally had it for $60, and then I raised the price to 75 when I noticed I had 5 watchers, and then I sent all 5 watchers a 15% off, and I ended up selling this for $63. So about $4 more than I originally had it listed at, and they jumped on it. So this just, if you guys don't sell, I know, dude, I'm like a 48-year-old man selling dolls, but all my daughters are older. The only child we have in the household is our grandson, who's going to be 3, and he ain't going to be playing with no baby dolls. So anytime you run across dolls when you're out there at estate sales or garage sales and they look like in great condition, in this case, this one was put together. I can tell probably like my mom or maybe my wife picked this up for one of our daughters back in the day. And there used to be like these stores where older women would put together like really cute collectible just baby doll kind of stuff. So this whole basket was handmade. It's not a toy basket. So this basket was handmade by probably the store owner and with this blanket. And she put this vintage made in Spain doll. I'm sorry, this one was not the one that's made in Spain, but it was a. I'm sorry, this is a French company. This doll is made in China, but it's a Kailin Yang. And these dolls, when you come across them, they'll sell very, very quickly because it looks so realistic. So, anyways, you run across Y2K Carol, so you can see the label here. It's also on the doll itself. So if you're looking at the doll, and I know if you're like you're a full grown man, like trying to declothe a baby doll to see when it was made. But if you see this particular doll made in 2000 and this brand, it's going to sell right away. And even the clothes, if you notice some of the outfits I just listed out for $25. I mean, that's crazy. That's like more than you get for like real life adult clothes. So keep your eyes peeled for that brand Carol, especially the 2000 stuff, and conditions everything. So this thing's never been played with. It's perfect. So that sold right away. My old Canon battery charger, I think I bought like this 5 times because I always couldn't find it. So I found another one. This is probably the original that came with the camera. So any type of older camera parts that are not made in China, like the remakes. I know when I buy stuff, I want to buy stuff from people that are actually selling in the United States, especially with all these tariffs and stuff coming across the board. So I priced this out right. It sold right away within a day. It's not Halloween, it's March, but someone bought a Halloween watch for me, which is awesome. I think I have $2 in this watch plus like 50 cents for the battery. The Morgan Silver Dollar that I did a video on, I picked this up on eBay for $26 and this sold for 44. I tried to get 55 and then I just had a sale and obviously someone jumped on it right away. It's a beautiful coin. And it's really, really tough to find coins this nice for $27. Like that's what you pay for one that's like basically slick or has a hole in it. I use this particular palm sander for a project in our prior house to refinish the cabinets in the bathrooms and painted them. I never used it again. I was super lazy when I listed this. I still had the box, and look at this. It's got dust on it. I was like, should I spend 20, 30 minutes cleaning this up for what? To get the same price. So people that buy this, I basically put in the description, I know it works because it worked when I was using it. And I even left the old sand thing on it. And this is my only photo of the actual item that sold within a day. So if you come across tools, do not take the time to clean them up. It's stupid because someone's just going to get dirty anyways. This is the last piece of my Vitamix. So this entire Vitamix never worked. It didn't work anymore. This is one of the tamper part. That was the last piece of the Vitamix. So I actually ended up making $350 parting out a Vitamix that probably would have only sold for about $150 with all the parts. So if you come across Vitamix, take it apart. This is a very old tape player. It still worked. I didn't have the AC power cord anymore. I knew it worked though. And the battery compartment's nice and clean. So if you run across old tape recorders, those sell super fast. People like this kind of stuff because it's small. And if someone wants to listen to a tape, maybe they don't want to turn on their entire stereo and wake up everybody. They just want to play it here. So this thing's really cool. And there's also another Radio Shack brand, but that sold within a day of listing. That was cool. These random CDs I picked up, I've never heard of, but they're kind of rare. So CDs are still selling. Guys, if you come across playing cards that are vintage, like old, made in the USA, and they're still sealed, dude, this is not even like poker either. This is pinochle. Don't even know how to play it, but made in the USA. You're not going to find this stuff anymore. So that was kind of cool. I picked that up in a estate sale. I think I paid 50 cents for it. These old Bosch spark plugs at one of the estate garage sales summer of last year in Glen Ellen. The guy gave this to me because I came back the second day and bought even more stuff. So he literally went to the trunk of his BMW because I was driving a BMW. He's like, "Hey man, do you need these spark plugs?" He's like, "I'm moving to Hawaii. You can have them." So that was cool. I got all these for free and I sold them. And I was really cheap, $3.87 for a spark plug. Like, and it's a name brand Bosch. Like, good luck finding that at your auto department store. So when you come across auto parts, just make sure you're pricing it out for really good prices. Help out someone that's trying to fix their car on the cheap versus them having to go to the auto store. Because normally, when you got to fix something on your car, you're just going to go to the auto store and pay the retail value and be done with it. So if you're going to offer auto parts on eBay, make sure you price them out very affordable for people. And then obviously combine shipping, put it all in one package. So that was a nice pickup for that guy. If he knows how to fix his car, awesome. Something also you don't want to sleep on are old GI Joes from the 80s. So you older guys that are older than 48 that like the big GI Joes, you guys don't give a rat's butt about those larger GI Joe figures. It's the guys that are early 30s to my age that are into the 80s GI Joes, and these little parts for the figures can sometimes be worth more than the action figure itself. And this particular beachhead guy, that's the guy that had the mask on, this always breaks right here. So this one was kind of cool. It's not broken. So that was cool that sold. Old microphone. I paid good money for this microphone. I picked this up, man. I was like 18 years old. This thing's like 30 years old. Maybe 36 years old. No, sorry, 32 years old, this microphone set. But I always kept it in good shape. It's very hard to find. Condenser mics nowadays are very, very expensive. They start at probably like around $200. So that's a good deal there. Someone got this watch pretty much broken. It's a self-winding watch. Again, paid a couple bucks for that. Yu-Gi-Oh card. Big Time Rush. Yep. Not a fan, but my daughter was, and she would go to all these shows. And I noticed when I listed this, nobody had Big Time Rush concert like available, and there was no comps either. So I was like the one and only. But this is from 2012. So if you run across, again, you're at a garage sale, state sale, people are putting out their kids stuff. The kids don't want it. The kids don't care. This might even be like in a free bin. It sold for $16. I don't even know if that group still exists, but I know they're pretty hot during during Disney days. Okay, if you're at a garage sale and even if the box they have with their video game system is empty and it looks like crap like this one, it's worth $10. I know it's so dumb, but I didn't have the heart to throw it out. I was going to toss this in the recycling bin, but I'm like, you know what? Someone's going to want it for their Xbox or maybe to complete the set, although the box is pretty bogus. Someone paid $10 for it. So, yep, you can sell boxes of empty stuff. This particular watch here is a vintage looking Gucci style watch, but it definitely is not Gucci whatsoever. And it's not loading. So, whatever. But this, if you see styles like this and the band's still in good shape, sold that for $29. I was going to toss these. I've had these forever. Those are like the first computer speakers I bought when I was like in my early 20s. It still works. It still sounds great. Boss Acoustics, great vintage brand. Doesn't have the stands anymore. Someone paid $20 plus $20 for shipping, but it was complete. So all good. A CD, a brand new picture frame. I paid $1 for this at a garage sale. I don't know why I bought it. When I bought it, I'm like, this is going to take forever to sell or forever to sell. But it's really nice. So it's not your dollar store type of stuff. It has a name brand on it. So there's that Triceratops coin. Sold this base set. So I picked up a Pokemon collection. Sold one of the cards for like $350. Only paid $25 for the entire collection. So this is just pure profit. So if you do run across a big old set and there's no like hologram Pokemon cards, you can still sell them for good money because people still do play Pokemon, and there's probably vintage Pokemon tournaments. And this is when the cards were first available here in the United States. So that's what a Pokemon listing looks like. But if you don't know what you're doing Pokemon, just stay away from it because you can definitely overpay or think you have something super valuable. It's not. This is the third time I've sold the Karate Kid movie soundtrack. I kept scratching my head. I was telling my wife, like, why does this keep selling? Well, this is the original one from 1995. It's made in Australia, and Karate Kid's still very popular because there is that Netflix series called Cobra Kai. And I remember I purchased YouTube Premium during the pandemic just to watch the Cobra Kai series because at first it came out just on YouTube Premium. So you had to actually pay the premium. So when you're watching YouTube, you can ignore the commercials to watch the series, and now the series is on Netflix. Here's a coin that I probably lost money on. I was gambling with the quarters, Mint State 68, anything modern is very, very tough to find. So it says low population count, but sold that for $38. Sometimes I will buy Adidas shoes when Adidas has sales on eBay, and I'll get them for under $20 with free shipping. These took forever to sell, forever. Dame Time is still very, very popular basketball player, and these shoes were never worn. I don't think I ever tried them on. I don't know. I can't swing that colorway. But anyways, finally sold those. That took forever. That probably took like 2.5 years to sell. I still have a lot of my vintage CDs listed from the late 90s, early 2000s. So those are selling. Some of them are in bad shape, but people still buy them. If you run across coin supply, so let's say you're at a estate sale and you notice stuff that says US Mint on it or has these kind of logos. These boxes alone typically sell for around $10. I sold this entire set for $36. That guy obviously had a bunch of American Silver Eagles and he was super happy. So it was cool to sell that all in one lump. But I did pick those up on eBay. I paid $2 for them because I was selling like 25 of them. So these were the last 9 I had. Old books from the 50s will always sell because people that are older still want to read these books to their grandchildren or their great grandchildren. It's kind of cool. Old coins, watches, porcelain walnut snack thing. This was brand new. Again, picked that up from the same guy in Glen Ellen that was moving to Hawaii. I think I paid $1 for it. So yeah, if you see one of these, here's your comp. So it says Munch by Goddinger. If it's brand new in the box, you can sell it for $12. Again, not a fan of selling glassware or anything. These Hollister jeans. Okay, here's where I'll admit a mistake. This was dumb. So if you look at these photos, right? What does that say on the label? That says Joe's. What does the listing say? Hollister. Yep. I'm a dummy. So I've already listed the Joe's. They're a little more expensive. So this lady got her Hollister jeans because I labeled it correctly when I put it away in storage, although I uploaded all the wrong photos. So long story short, I said, I'm sorry. I just gave this lady a full refund. So that was a complete waste of time. These Xbox controllers are for the original system. These are like aftermarket ones. They still sell them straight from China. Found these in a bin with some older. I thought I got rid of all my video game stuff, but video game stuff still sells. So blew these out. I was going to toss those in the garbage. Amethyst Cross was beautiful. This was a thing for PlayStation. So if you see any brand like Mad Cats, people collect this stuff. I don't know why, but it still works. And it worked last time I used it. So blew it out for $8. Probably would have thrown it in the garbage. So Yu-Gi-Oh is very, very popular. And this particular dragon here is their most popular character. This is what everyone wants. So this particular toy, if you find this in a box, it's probably worth like hundreds of dollars. The wings are supposed to flap up and down. This one doesn't do that anymore, I don't think. And I still had the rider that came out. So this came out in 1996. So this is like pre-Pokemon. But anyways, if you see this weird looking toy out there in garage sales or states, let's pick it up. If you can get it for like even $5 and it's in good shape, it's got all its parts and it still works. This one didn't work. You probably could sell it for $80 if it still works. So an old dress, buffalo nickel. Here's another wonderful mistake. So I've purchased these shoes many times for my wife, and this pair looks beautiful, but the pair I shipped out were the ones I was supposed to donate. So I shipped this lady the wrong shoes, and she got really, really upset. And then I ended up shipping her the correct pair, and I lost $1 on this transaction. So uh, shame on me for shipping out the wrong shoes. But I shipped her out like these actual shoes, but not the clean ones. I shipped out the dirty ones that were just going to get tossed to Goodwill. Um, Here's an interesting find. So this again is from the original Xbox, not the 360, not the newer ones. So these Logitech controllers are very popular. They were very expensive back then, and I probably could have sold one of these for 40, but I had two of them, so I just blew them out for 40 bucks. These sold within a day. And what makes these cool is that it makes your experience with the original Xbox wireless, so you don't have to deal with wires. Ruddy Ruddy Piper for 2011, $6. I've got a lot of self-help books on cassette. I can't believe I sold this, but I paid way too much for these. I got like $1.25 in each one of these books. I got a bunch of them, bought them in a big lot. I think I've got all my money back, but yeah, don't buy books that are on cassette, even if they're sealed. It's just stupid. They'll take forever to sell. These I picked up from my local Savers. I was looking for sterling, but Savers isn't stupid. So, but anyways, if you can pick up this brand, Oneida, and you can actually take some polish and make the top of them clean, they'll sell. But before I listed them and they were all looking like the bottom here, they took forever to sell. So as soon as I polished them up, someone was interested and I sold them right away. Paid $2 a piece for those. Here's a snake watch, and this was brand new. So if you find weird looking snake watches like this that wrap around a lady's wrist, they'll sell. Bob Marley, Led Zeppelin. This particular watch was very cool. I paid $30 for this, or $32 on eBay. It's an Israel brand. And the reason it's worth so much is that the entire watch, including the band, is sterling silver. So you can see a little 925. You see 925 on the stuff, and it's made in Israel. So this guy used to sell watches on Home Shopping Network. They probably charged $100 for this back in the 90s. Very, very cool watch. Not in the greatest of shape. You can tell it definitely was worn, but the only thing stainless steel was this little cup here. The rest is all pure sterling silver. So very, very cool, unique watch. Got 86 bucks for it. So super happy about that. I don't donate my hair dryers. I guess I like to waste time and list them on eBay. So yeah, sold a hair dryer for $7.50, and that buyer paid $6 for it. Here's an old Bears hat I picked up for tailgating one day. I wore it once, never wore it again. It's got a very awkward, strange looking bill. So I guess you can say that's kind of Y2K-ish, although I didn't put that in the description. And, it's official. It's a real hat. Probably picked it up from a local sports store, but got 13 bucks for that. Christmas in March, sold a Christmas ornament. We'll never pick up these calculators ever again. They're a waste of time. I never will do Lincoln Cent albums. That's a waste of time. I'll never buy sports cards and try and resell them for a profit. I think I lost 20 bucks on this one. Even though Erling Haaland is the number one record holder in English sports for soccer right now. This piece of bullion here is a little 1/10 ounce bar. Sold that to someone a couple towns over. Old Landau Chevrolet Monte Carlo emblems. So if you run across in your estate sale and the guy's like already fixed up his car and he's got a box of parts and they're car emblems that you've never heard of, just grab them. People are always looking for the original stuff because they're restoring this, an old car. So I sold all three of these. Old lighter parts, another self-help book. Deion Sanders, probably lost $15 on that. That was dumb. Old little doggy outfits, those sell. Dog clothes are expensive. Some random anime hat, a comic. Check this out, 33 bucks for a part. A not very great looking part either. But this goes over some like big old Megazord from 1990, and I guess it's really rare and it's always broken. So $33 I got for that. Insane. These larger Marvel figures will sell. They don't sell for a lot. So if you do find these large 12-inch figures, even if they're from, early 2000s or late 90s, they're all about 10 bucks. So if you do pick these up at garage sales or estate sales, don't pay more than $1 for them because otherwise you're going to lose money. It's not worth reselling. So that's pretty much it. So, oh, and again, more GI Joe parts. I sold a knife. Those are the albums I sell. These are old video games. Sold that for $6. Probably lost $10 on that. Bought that during the pandemic. Sealed VHS. People still buy it. It's junk. People still buy it. Still got the Walmart label on it. $9.96. Good gush. Good goodness on that one. More missiles, more stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much everything I sold this entire month of February. So appreciate you guys watching the channel. Hopefully this inspires you to keep chugging along, man. I know sales are slow for some people. Look at that. Look at that Coach purse. That's beautiful, right? Why did that sell for so much? Coach purses are worthless, right? Why would you ever pick those up? Well, my daughter's friend didn't want this. She gave it to my daughter. Yeah, I know the manufacturer suggests retail price $275, but this sold for $237. People are trying to sell this for $400 because it's retired. But this one's obviously special. It's brand new. Still got the tags and everything on it. So yes, Coach purses still sell. Just don't expect to find a used Coach purse and sell for $200. They usually go for like under $50. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I sold in February. Yep, here it is, February 1st. Yep, and then we start in January. So yeah, Pokemon card for 99 cents. What a waste of time. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully this helps out other resellers. I know I don't get a lot of views on these type of sales, but if you're newer to eBay, yes, you can too fill your store with junk, find stuff around your house, source from local garage sales, estate sales, friends, family. People will give you stuff that they're literally going to, why let Goodwill and Savers make the money? Why not you make the money? You got to do work though. You got to take pictures. You got to ship this stuff. You got to ship it right. You can't ship it and it gets broken. You got to ship it out right away. So you can do this too. I think it's fun. This is how I learn, like what stuff's still worth, or it's not worth anything. Just toss it. So appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you guys in the next one.